What NBA players buy with their first check. It's no secret that NBA players make a lot of money. There's only 5 starting players on a basketball team, unlike far higher numbers for sports like football and baseball. And because of that, the big-time players in the NBA get a bigger slice of the pie than their counterparts in other sports. In this video, we'll have a look at what some of the leading players in the NBA spent their first paychecks on. Chris Paul. Chris Paul has been a fixture in the league for a long time, with his most recent team being the Oklahoma City Thunder, and he may end up being on another roster before the offseason is up. However, there was a time when Paul wasn't a highly regarded veteran, but a rookie coming into the league after being selected with a top 5 pick by the then New Orleans Hornets. These early years for Chris Paul saw his rise to stardom before the infamous move to Los Angeles and the controversial trade that fell out with the Lakers. They also saw the start of his rivalry with Rajon Rondo and saw Paul become an all-star for the first time. But what did he spend his first paycheck on after getting into the league? That first check was a $25,000 advance from his agency after he declared his intent to enter the NBA draft. And the first thing that Paul did was go on a double shopping date with his girlfriend, his best friend, and his friend's girlfriend. Paul claims that the group used to go on double dates like this in the past, but now that Paul was making NBA money, he was able to pay for it himself this time without splitting the bill. With that being said, Paul isn't the biggest spender in the NBA right now by a long shot. He said that some of his more flashy purchases were a live and learn experience and said that while he's not cheap, he is frugal. In some ways, it's like Paul's play style on the court. Not as flashy as Russell Westbrook or another scoring point guard that regularly takes over the game, but effective nonetheless. Zion Williamson. Zion Williamson is one of the most hyped players to ever come out of college. His dunks electrified crowds in high school and college, and as soon as he was drafted #1 overall by the Pelicans, he signed a massive sneaker deal with Jordan. With a value of $75 million, it's the biggest shoe deal since the one that Nike signed with LeBron for $90 million. Of course, Zion had the usual comparisons with LeBron when he was set to come out of college. Those aren't easy expectations to live up to, but Zion did impress during his rookie season where he averaged 22.5 points per game. But what did Zion actually spend on after getting his massive sponsorship deals coming into the league? It looks like one of the first purchases the Pelican star made was getting a Jeep Wrangler for his brother, a car that can cost up to $50,000 on average. It's unclear where Zion actually lives. Unlike some of the other big-time players in the NBA, Zion hasn't publicized his place in New Orleans after getting drafted by the Pelicans. But we can assume from his massive earnings that the place is pretty big. Really, it would be more of a surprise if the place wasn't. Luka Doncic. It's said that Luka Doncic is one of the players contending to be the face of the NBA after LeBron James and the other current generation stars retire. And excellent all-around performances during the 2019 season show that Doncic might actually be on track for that. The average annual salary of his rookie contract is about $7.5 million. So it's safe to say that Doncic has some more disposable income to throw around on luxury goods. From the looks of things, cars are one of the things that Doncic is most into. Perhaps the most notable of these cars is a blue Porsche Panamera, which is a car that can cost a couple $100,000. Doncic has also been seen with other Porsche cars, but it remains to be seen if the Maverick star has actually bought any of these yet. After all, we've seen what can happen in the past when athletes buy too many cars too quickly. LeBron James. It feels like LeBron James has been in the league forever, but at one point, King James was a rookie player just coming into the league too. LeBron came into the league as just about the most hyped up prospect ever, as well as one of the most hyped up players to enter the league from high school. But his first purchase with his rookie contract might surprise you. LeBron's former PR manager claims that the NBA rookie withdrew about $2,000 in cash and took his best friend to an amusement park after his first check was hand-delivered to him. His manager also said that LeBron refrained from immediately going out and buying cars and houses. Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal is regarded as one of the best big men in NBA history and is known for having racked up a long history of various purchases. However, what he spent his first paycheck on is interesting because it was the same thing 3 times. After putting the money in the bank, Shaq found the nearest Mercedes-Benz dealership and bought cars for himself, his mother, and his father. Shaq also spent on some other things. I was just writing checks, I was buying TVs, I was buying stuff I didn't even need, he said. But the high price spending as a rookie wouldn't be a problem for Shaq, as he'd go on to make plenty of money from his basketball career, as well as acting and endorsements. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more.